And it's going to be a very tough decision for the judges. You can see how they get on, and the remaining chefs do when they're starters in about 20 minutes or so. Still to come this morning on Saturday Kitchen Live. Keith Floyd is in Wales after taking over the bar in the Mumbles to prepare cockles and lava bread to enjoy with some locals. Now, after Thomas Keller gave us an exemplary omelette on last week's show, it's now up to Mark and Galton to hatch a plan.
Yeah.
That was really good.
You're on fire.
I'm on it.
On fire.
Get your faces onto the board. That's the Saturday Kitchen Omelette Challenge coming up live a little later on. Or what we're cooking for Emma at the end of the show. Which will be facing that food hell. Blueberries and a short crust pastry blueberry pie with homemade custard, or food hell. Lamb and a mozzarella stuffed lamb cutlets with artichokes and beans. So, Galton, are you going to go for the lamb, or are you going to go for the pudding?
I'm actually going to go for the pudding. I'm a pudding man like yourself, James.
Yay. I've just guessed it, James. You've actually come as a blueberry.
Right, cooking next is the man in charge of the Michelin... This is the last time he's going to be on. Last Michelin-starred Norfolk Hideaway, it's Morstan Hall, it's Galton Blackiston. Great to have you back.
Yeah, nice to be here.
And on the menu, something very, very seasonal.
Yeah, absolutely. Now is a time of year, great time of year for using venison. I'm a big advocate of using things in season, so we're coming into the game season now, big time. I just wanted to show you, this is the one I'm using, which is a loin from a roe deer, which is a small deer, bigger than a muntjac, but not as big as the red deer, which is one of those. Okay.
Yeah, there's massive, substantial difference in size.
Yeah, and with that comes also the red deer are lovely and flavoursome, very, very flavoursome, but can be a bit too strong for my liking.
Right. So, I believe this is the first time you've ever had venison, is that right?
I've never ever... I actually haven't eaten any game. I've never had venison, no.
Well, this
is the first for me.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose the beauty about venison is that there isn't a lot of fat on venison. You do need to trim up a bit of the sinew off it, so if I was doing this, I would trim it all up completely.
Yeah.
But as far as fat goes, there isn't a lot on there.
No.
What I'm going to do with this when the pan is hot is seal it well.
But game is a huge thing for you at Morstan Hall, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, as you well know, James.
I do.
Yeah, you even shot a bird, didn't you, once upon a time?
I did, yes.
I've got to say, this man
It's
is
had
a
feathers on it,
shot.
but yes.
You're a crack shot. I know, I've been out with you, and you are a good shot.
I'm not as good as he is.
Really? And I am useless, so that tells you everything.
Actually, in fact, he's got all the gear and no idea. That's the thing with him.
Well, much the same as you, but you can actually shoot.
Yeah, but the difference is he's got this dog, and I've got to tell you the story.
Oh, no, don't start on Daisy, please.
Now, the clue's in a gun dog called Daisy.
Oh, I love that, though.
No. It's the most disobedient dog in the world. And before the shoot actually started, this was the first shoot I've ever been on. Now, I know a little bit of etiquette when you turn up. He had this dog that was Daisy, isn't it?
Yeah, Daisy,
Daisy in the back
Springer.
In the back of the 4x4, his tail wagging, ready to go out on the shoot. You know, the lovely mist was coming over the hills, wasn't it?
Snow on the ground.
And this poor old lady whose farm it was that they were shooting on came out with her lovely pet wire-haired terrier.
I don't know what it was.
Lovely thing.
It wasn't wire-haired for long.
Yeah, and it wasn't, because Daisy leapt out the thing and treated it as a rabbit and ran off with it.
It was extraordinary, wasn't it?
We'd only just got there. It was hilarious.
Now, back onto the venison. You need to take your time and seal it off well, like so.
Yeah.
That was one of the most extraordinary events of my year last year.
Right.
And sit it on a trivet.
With the food, yeah.
Sit it on a trivet, and then place it into a hot oven, 200, 400, gas mark 6, for probably about 8 to 10 minutes.
You want to put that in?
Yeah.
Put that in, yeah.
And now, I want to talk about my gravy. Now, this is a venison stock, which is really beautiful and jellied, like that. And it takes a lot of time to get a really good stock and do it properly.
But you can buy veal stock.
Yeah,
and stuff
so
like
you
that
tell
now,
me, James. So you tell me.
Yeah,
Obviously in the home kitchen that is the way forward.
You can get them in those tubs now. I think they're very good and great value. I think really as well.
Yeah, I'm sure it's sensible to do something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm warming the gravy up, and whilst I'm warming that up, I'm going to fry off some shallots, and they're going to go with my wild mushrooms. And I've got. Are you all right, James?
Yeah, I'm just doing... yes?
Yeah, fine. That's the one I had in earlier, which has had 8 to 10 minutes.
I'm setting that on 8 minutes. So
it's not a laptop, James, it's an oven.
Now, I want to talk about wild mushrooms. These are winter chanterelles, which you wouldn't do what I do because you don't mess about like I mess about. But I sort of split these in half to make sure there's not a maggot in the middle of them and somebody doesn't get an unsuspecting mouthful of a maggot. So I do that, but generally speaking, you just put them into a pan and pan fry them.
We have this banter all the time, you know.
Yeah. But James does what a normal person would do in their home.
Put them in a pan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I clean them up and, you know, these little beautiful girolles, we clean the stems up
And the
all
difference
that
is
sort of thing,
£28.50.
No, not necessarily. Don't be like that.
Yeah, no.
But, yeah, we do play about.
No, I've been to Mawson Hall, and it is quite
all right.
spectacular up there, and what you've done, because you're celebrating, what, it's 20 years
Well,
now?
I have to say, yeah, next year is our 20th year, so I was a bare child when we started. And now 20 years on, you know, it's gone in a blink of an eye. It's amazing how quickly it's all gone, but yeah,
still the
it's a big
same
year.
ethos with the food and stuff.
Absolutely. We've
Yeah.
been very fortunate and retained a Michelin star for the last 14 years. So, and whilst you don't set out your stall to achieve Michelin stars, once you've got one, you don't want to lose it.
No.
You know, that sort of thing. You just set out your stall to try and cook as well as you can. Now, you're doing some fried brioche for me, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm eating most of it, but it's great.
Now, this curly kale goes into a pan of boiling salted water, like so.
And these you want just like little soldiers, these little
Yeah,
things.
like that. I mean, they might be soldiers up in Yorkshire, crikey.
There you go. There you go.
They are good. They're good sized soldiers. These are lovely. These mushrooms just take seconds like that. OK. And then, elderberries. Do you ever pick elderberries, James?
Yeah, but normally the ones with just the flowers, not the berry bit.
Yeah, that's the season before, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
the sort of spring, summertime. And then you get the elderberries.
Make cordial with it and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. But these elderberries are still around a lot of hedgerows from where I'm from, and they're great to use. You could also use blackberries and things like that, but great flavour, great thing to put with game.
Now, the last time you were on, Norwich, your
Oh, no,
football
you
club.
aren't going to start, are
No, I remembered it. The producer told me and reminded me, because the last time you were on, you actually said if Norwich went up, you were going to get a Norwich City tattoo. Was that
Oh,
right?
yes. Well, James, I have had a Norwich City tattoo. Do you want to see it? It's on my bottom.
No, thanks.
Not particularly.
Right.
What is it of?
It's a little canary. Signifying, you know, it's a little yellow and green canary, if you really must know.
I want to
Does it
see
say Norwich on it?
Well,
Does it say Norwich?
I actually went in. I've got a bit of an aversion to needles, so it's not my favourite thing to have done.
What have they done? Tippexed it on? What have they done?
I was in and out very, very quickly. But it is there. It is there. Now,
How do you know it's there?
well, because I felt it.
Right.
It likes this. Now, get back on the cooking.
No, I want to get back on. Does it say Norwich on it?
Yes. No. It's the Norwich emblem.
All right.
OK? Now, we're nearly ready to serve this. What goes on here is the mushrooms on the toast, the brioche toast. You don't have to use brioche. You could use ordinary white bread if you wanted to, like so. So it's mushrooms on toast. Then give me the venison, James, will you, please?
That's all right. There you go. Oh, venison.
Venison,
Yeah.
venison.
There you go.
Thank you, thank you. And then what I tend to do with this was perfect. Absolutely perfect. I think venison loin should be served pink.
Actually, Delia's phoned in just now.
Oh, here we
She's
go.
asked if she could have her name on the other cheek if they win.
Oh, Queen Delia can have anything, Queen Delia can have anything she wants on my cheeks. Good old Queen Delia. Add the berries last second
There you go.
to this, and then literally spoon over.
Didn't you want my kale?
Yeah, I am going to use it.
All right, okay.
I am going to use it. A little bit of, I need to taste it. I love kale. It's lovely stuff. A little bit of curly kale like that.
You kind of don't get any more seasonal than that then, do you?
And that is a really seasonal dish. Roe deer, mushrooms on toast, elderberry jus, curly kale.
I'll never look at you the same way again. Easy done. Did you want this?
Oh, that's my quince jelly!
Did you want this?
Oh, and I wanted to talk about my quince jelly.
Well, you can talk about it while it's over there.
Yeah. Quince jelly, homemade, beautiful, beautiful thing to go with any game dish.
Yeah. Talk about it while we're coming over. How do you make quince jelly then?
With quinces.
Thank you.
With quinces.
There you go, with quinces.
Kidding.
Yeah, but it's the sugar and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you've
you
got to add as
boil
well.
your quinces up in water, then take out the liquid, strain it, take out the liquid, and for every pint of liquid you have, It's a pound of sugar.
That's it, is it?
Do you know what? That's delicious.
So first time you've ever tried it?
surprised, Emma.
No, I mean, I don't mean surprised like that, but I mean,
Oh,
I've
my
never...
goodness.
It's very lean and really
It didn't
healthy
taste-
as well.
yeah.
Really healthy.
The secret is not to overcook it, I think that's
Yeah.
the key to it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gorgeous, and your quince jelly is
Works
fabulous.
all right.
Listen,
There you go.
I
I don't
better
think you're gonna
share
get
this
any.
time.
You are, there you go. Right, well, let's
I
go
am
back to
gonna share.
Guildford.